This is the Razer BlackWidow V4 Low Profile full-size gaming keyboard. I've been using it for about 3 months now and I've been enjoying it a lot. You get Razer's mechanical switches and HyperSpeed wireless all packed into a slimmer low profile design. This keyboard comes in two form factors. You can get it in this full-size version or in a TKL option. I personally prefer full-size keyboards because it gives me more keys to customize. I have assigned custom shortcuts to the number pad that really speed up my workflow when I'm editing. In terms of pricing, the full-size version comes in at $229, while the tenkeyless version is priced at $199. That puts the BlackWidow V4 Low Profile gaming keyboard in a pretty competitive spot for what you're getting. This keyboard has an extremely slim profile. The case sits much lower than on most mechanical gaming keyboards, so you really don't need a wrist rest on this one. From the desk to the top of the key, it measures about 0.73 inches. Razer still includes two flip-out feet for angle adjustment, which is great. The first one gives you a subtle 6-degree tilt, while the second one bumps it to a 9-degree angle. I have been using it on the second one, which has been very comfortable for me. Another great thing is that the keyboard stays firmly in place even with the keys being smashed, so you don't have to worry about the legs collapsing when you're having an intense fight. There's also very little flex when pressing down on the center of the keyboard, which is especially impressive for a low profile design. Even with how slim it is, the keyboard feels surprisingly sturdy. It uses a mix of materials. It has an aluminum top plate and ABS plastic on the bottom. This combination helps keep the keyboard feeling solid while still remaining relatively lightweight and travel friendly. The full-size version weighs 2.3 pounds while the TKL comes in at 1.88 pounds. So if you plan on traveling with it often, I recommend going with the TKL option. The keyboard also has a small storage compartment on the back for the USB receiver. It even includes a USB adapter so you can plug the receiver in closer to your keyboard instead of the back of your PC. This helps reduce interference and ensures the best possible wireless performance. This is using double shot keycaps that have a light texture on them that helps with grip and hides those unwanted fingerprint smudges. On top of that, the RGB lighting on this keyboard is bright and vibrant and it looks really good overall. I usually keep it around 80% brightness and it's plenty bright for both daytime and nighttime use. So I thought about swapping out the keycaps on this, but they already look great as they are, so I decided to keep them stock. The switches come factory lubed and the longer keys also have lubricated stabilizers so key presses feel consistent across the board. These low profile switches have a 40-gram actuation force, a 1.2mm actuation point, and 2.8mm of key travel. The shorter travel distance means that the keys register sooner than Razer standard height mechanical keyboards, giving the keyboard a faster and more responsive feel overall. Razer also rates the switches for up to 80 million keystrokes, so durability shouldn't be an issue over time. So you can choose between 3 low profile switches, tactile and clicky green, smooth and silent yellow, or tactile and quiet orange. I ended up going with the silent and yellow switches, which are linear and feel really nice for both typing and gaming. As far as how the keys sound, the keyboard sounds good overall, but it's not perfect. It uses dual sound dampening foam layers, which do a solid job of reducing echo and preventing a hollow sound. That said, I did notice something interesting. Some keys on the left side actually sound better than the ones on the right. The right side has a slightly higher pitched tone. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean with a quick sound test. So yeah, I really like how the left side sounds. It's much quieter and has that smooth buttery sound that's really satisfying to listen to. If the entire keyboard had that consistent sound signature across the board, it would have been perfect. And now here's a quick comparison sound test against the BlackWidow V4 Pro 75. Now let's go over the features on this keyboard. On the top right side, you get dedicated media controls including play, pause, backtrack, and skip. There's also a volume wheel that has a nice texture, rotates smoothly, and is also clickable, so you can press it to mute and unmute audio. Honestly, this is something that I wish Razer included on their BlackWidow V4 tenkeyless keyboard. Right below this, you'll find 4 dedicated buttons. The first one is to toggle HyperSpeed wireless mode, while the next one switches the keyboard to Bluetooth mode, allowing you to pair up to 3 devices and move between them seamlessly. I personally think that these 2 buttons should have been integrated into the power switch on the back, where you could toggle between wired, wireless, and Bluetooth. Like on the BlackWidow V4 Pro 75, that would have freed up these buttons to use for something else. The next button launches an AI prompt text box for quick searches and responses or to generate images. You get the option to use ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot. With Copilot, I found that your prompt actually doesn't get sent over, so you have to rewrite it. This might be a bug though. The AI Prompt Master gives you a couple prompts to speed things up. You have the option to rephrase, summarize, and to compose an email. You also get to create your own parameters. By clicking Add, this lets you name your prompt and pick 3 modifiers. The last one is the battery status button. When you press it, the number row lights up and each key represents a 10% battery increment, giving you a quick and easy way to check how much charge you have left. This keyboard also includes 4 macro keys that are fully customizable through the Razer SitNav software, which is great if you rely on shortcuts for productivity or gaming. For the past 3 months, I have enjoyed using this keyboard. Since I use it for both gaming and productivity, it's been a solid all-around option for me. I constantly switch between my gaming and editing profiles, and this keyboard has been performing really well. Gaming on it feels responsive and fast thanks to the low profile switches, and when it comes to productivity, typing for long periods feels comfortable and enjoyable. On top of that, the keyboard sounds really good, which makes the experience even better whether I'm gaming or getting work done. If you have a large enough desk, I highly recommend going with a full-size keyboard. But if your desk space is limited, the tenkeyless option is a better choice since it gives you more room for your mouse, especially if you play at a low DPI. The battery life on this keyboard has been great. I have been using it for about 6 hours a day with the RGB brightness set to 80%, and it lasts me about 2 weeks before I need to recharge it. If you enable the power saving mode on this, you can get up to 980 hours of battery life, which is just insane. That said, this mode turns off the RGB, lowers the polling rate to 250Hz, and pauses communication with the Razer SitNav software. But the good thing is that your shortcuts still work as normal. To enter the power saving mode, just press and hold on the battery icon for 5 seconds, and to exit, press and hold it again for 5 seconds. Overall, the Razer Low Profile keyboard is an excellent option that I would highly recommend if you spend a lot of time typing and gaming. It's a versatile keyboard. There are a few minor things I changed to make it perfect, but even as it is, it's a very solid keyboard at a competitive price. If you're interested in picking one up, I'll leave the link in the description below. Alright, so that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to drop a like if you found the video helpful, and subscribe for more tech related content, and I will talk to you on the next one.